This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
You all ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
Dun, 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 dun.
This is a sham.
No. Y'all, just stop.
Get real.
Love that laughter. Welcome to DBL. Happy Friday, everybody. How you doing now?
Hey, birthday girl week.
Thank you so much. It's the last day I get to play this card.
I love it, though.
And I'm
what
playing
a great
it all
celebration.
day. Very excited. All right, we have Jeff and Dr. Coley. They are both joining us from home. It's good to see you both. Let's get started with some good news, right? Okay, because maybe new virus cases have begun to slow in several U.S. cities where Omicron first hit. So, Doc, I want to go to you here. Does this mean we've peaked at Omicron, and do you think we'll start to see cases going back down?
First of all, happy belated birthday.
Thank you, sister.
40 looks beautiful on you.
What?
Yes.
Stop.
But I have to say, your birthday brought good news for all of us, Tori, because for the first time, we are actually seeing cases having gone up and starting to come down, or at least decreasing the rate at which they're increasing in some cities on the East Coast.
Wow.
So I think nationally, we haven't peaked yet, but there are pockets around the country where things are slowing down. So good news.
Very good news. Jeffrey?
Doc, I wanted to ask, if everybody's getting this Omicron, which we kind of just assume at this point, I don't know your feelings on that, does that mean our bodies are building up antibodies against Omicron and we could start to relax at this point?
That's good.
So great question, Jeff. First of all, I don't want you to give up on not getting Omicron if you haven't gotten it yet. So keep fighting that good fight. And I am not in agreement with Dr. Fauci and the FDA that say it's just a matter of time before everybody gets it, because I think there are some people who will escape this, and they should if they can. But your question about whether we should start relaxing, I would say not quite yet. So think about it like a snowstorm, right? We get a lot of snow here in Denver. When it's snowing really heavily, you obviously don't want to be going outside. But even when the snow starts to taper off, you want to give it a few hours until the sun comes out before you really start shoveling and getting out of your house. So I feel like we're sort of at the point where the snow is tapering off, but we don't yet want to let our guard down. So personally, I'm waiting for about 3 or 4 weeks, but I'm planning some trips at the end of February, early March, because that'll be the time for us to start digging out.
What a great snow shovel.
I love it.
Tell that snow theory to my wife.
I love it. Now,
by the way, you're hearing it from somebody who has never shoveled her driveway. So
you're a busy human being. You don't have time. I get it. Now, I want to have you weigh in on this because the Supreme Court blocked the president's vaccine mandate for large businesses. So from your perspective, what do you think of this decision? Because I think it seems like it's counterintuitive to having a staff there to make money.
Yes. Well, so from a medical perspective, Al, I'm obviously thrilled about the decision for healthcare workers to be mandated to get vaccines, because I personally know of patients who've come into the hospital for a stroke or a heart attack and then have got COVID inadvertently from their doctor or their nurse or member of their healthcare team. So I think that is brilliant. But I am really angry, very disappointed, and really upset about the fact that this has not been extended to businesses, because the science is the same, whether you're in a hospital or you're in a large business. The virus spreads the same way in workplaces. So I think by doing this, they have set the wrong precedent. They've given us a real handicap in our fight against the infection, and I'm very upset. What do you guys think? What was your reaction when you heard the news?
Well, I mirror you completely, and I think this is prolonging it, if I can say that, prolonging the virus forever and ever and ever until we'll never get it accomplished. That's how I feel. But I do want to ask you also, what effect do you think it would have on the pandemic if they allowed the mandate? Do you think that would shorten it, like I was saying?
Not only would it shorten it, Tori, you would save lives, because every infection that happens, or every million infections that happen, there are some percentage of people that will die, that will end up in the ICU, that will end up with permanent disability. And by not mandating vaccines, which we know prevent the spread of the infection, not only are they prolonging the pain, they're actually potentially costing human lives.
That makes me so angry. Well, a lot of viewers are asking about mask stock, just to change gears here. So which is the right type? I have two because people might not know. This is a KN95. This is the regular surgeon mask. Talk to me about masks.
Yeah, well, I have some too. Mine, I think, are a little more fun than yours because they're a little more colorful. All right, so let's talk about the masks. Surgical mask, thin, loose fitting, right? And has like lots of wiggle room.
Yeah.
So these are the least desirable. Cloth masks are out. We've already talked about that. These are the least desirable. let's talk about the best one. This is your Tesla of masks, guys, because look at it. It's a little bit thicker. It's got these straps that go around your head, so it gives a really nice tight fit. And not only is it thicker, so it lets in less particles, but it also has electrical charges built into the material that actually repel virus or trap it. So it's got electrostatic properties that make it protective. The only downside of my Tesla here, not so comfortable. So the KN95, which has a slightly less filtration efficacy than the Tesla, but it's a little easier to wear because it has the ear loops rather than going all the way around the head. So I'm essentially only using these two. This one when I'm in close contact with patients, and this one when I'm running errands and stuff.
Okay.
All right, because I got the KN95. I thought I was killing it until I heard about the Tesla.
And what's the Tesla called?
I've been mask shamed.
Yeah, what's the Tesla one called?
I'm sorry, the Tesla. It's the N95.
N95, okay.
N95 and a KN95. So I think, Al, maybe you have what, a Lexus?
I just have this one.
You have a Chevy or a Go ahead, Jeff.
So, Doc, how long could you wear both of those masks before maybe you wash them? How does that work? Can you wash them at a certain point, or do you just throw them away?
That's a great question, Jeff.
It is a great question, Jeff. So I would say definitely don't wash them because you're going to mess up those electrostatic particles. You're going to alter the filtration capacity. You're going to, degrade the integrity of the material. We used to say single use only, but that's obviously for medical purposes. What I personally do is I wear them about, 4 to 7 days, but I put a mask on top on the outside to keep it clean, so that you keep the outside surface of the mask as clean as possible and prevent it from contaminating. So I wear a cloth or a surgical mask outside, which I throw away or wash. And then the inside mask I wear about 4 to 7 days. As soon as you start to see the straps get loose on this, for example, or this nose bridge starts to lose its shape, that's when you want to get rid of it and get a new one.
I really appreciate that. These little details really can make people feel so much more secure. All right, there's a new study. I'm sure you've seen it. It found that women are 32% more likely to die after an operation if their surgeon is male. Can you tell me more about this, Doc? Did it blow the medical industry up? To me, this is shocking. And what should women do when picking doctors?
Yeah, as a woman, honestly, I was a little surprised to see these findings, but let's talk about the science. So what we observed in this study, we just counted up the numbers and we observed that, if you had a gender discordance, meaning you're a female patient and you saw a male surgeon, you had a slightly higher risk of post-operative complications. Now, we don't really know why this happened. We don't know the mechanisms of this observation are. There are probably a bunch of reasons. But in my mind, guys, this doesn't mean that male surgeons are less competent, they have less expertise, or they're doing their job badly, even as a woman. But instead, what it means to me is that it reflects the connection, the relatedness that you have to your physician. And I think that's such an important thing that we don't put enough emphasis on. So, Tori, how do you react as a woman to this? Does this change your opinion at all of who your surgeon might be?
Yes, and I had heard about it in terms of, for instance, Lindsay, our co-host. She picked a black female maternity doctor because of the enormous 3 times more likely black women to die in maternity for bias and for what you just said, the relationship between a woman and a doctor and how transparent you can feel. I hope this trickles into the medical industry and we get a closer relationship, but I don't know if it will. But for right now, I'm going to ask for a female surgeon. Am I crazy?
No, you're not. But I have to say, I have sometimes gone with male surgeons because sometimes I feel like more connected to a man who I feel may judge me less or what have you. So I think gender doesn't matter in my mind. What matters is how you feel, the connectedness, and in both directions. So you have to connect to your doctor and you have to feel like they connect to you as well. But what do you guys think? I mean, it's interesting because they actually looked at male patients with female surgeons and they did just as well as male patients with male surgeons, right?
Yeah. Does this shock you both, Jeff or Al, real quick? Does this shock you at all?
Jeff, you tackle that.
I think you could get whatever study you want. If you could get that males are more efficient on Thursdays as opposed to females. What does that mean? It doesn't mean anything. It's crazy.
I love it. All right, Dr. Coley, thank you so much for being here. If you guys have a question you want answered by Dr. Coley, just write us on social media. You can also email at info@dailyblastlive.com. Thank you so much. Coming up on DBL, a DNA test leads to a shocking discovery for one family. The IVF mix-up that revealed their son is not related to the father.
Closed captioning provided by
All right, Tori, so you're going with the female surgeon every time?
I actually had a female surgeon when I got my appendix taken out, which was the only real surgery I had. And I remember they were like count down from 100. And so I was like 100, 99. And then I look around and it was all females, the entire medical team, my surgery. And I was like, women power. And they're like, keep counting.
I hope they have that on
and I was
tape
like,
somewhere.
women are so smart. And then that was
How do you remember that?
because they told me a lot about it,
yeah.
and I was like really into having female doctors and nurses. But I think, are you shocked, Tiffany, about that? Are you shocked about the idea that a female doctor or surgeon, it would cause more for? I'm asking, of course, our camerawoman. Do you think that? Are you shocked by that? I was like not too shocked, but I was a little shocked.
I'm not too shocked.
Yeah, I was like, because after all, there is some discrepancy within the medical
I was working on
industry.
a medical reality TV show years ago,
Huh.
and I was filming a spina bifida surgery.
Oh, wow, that's
I'm in
really
the OR,
complicated.
and the gist of the segment was the doctor would look like he was 12 years old, and it was sort of like the real life Doogie Howser. So I'm sitting in the OR as they're about to do this operation, and this doctor, and there's nurse and another doctor, and they all look like they're 15 years old. And I'm looking at them going, where's the adult here?
And that was it.
And these like super young people are fixing someone's spine.
Yeah, as you get older, they all look younger.
I heard an older guy say it gets real in terms of aging when the cops start to look really young.
Yeah.
Like, wouldn't that be weird if you like feel like you're getting arrested by somebody's grandson? Like, oh no.
We're sports when you're older. He's like, I'm older than Brett Favre.
Exactly. Oh, by far. And you're like, that guy's washed up. How old is he? And he's like, he's 10 years younger than you.
He's like my hero. I look up to.
Imagine going through years of infertility before finally welcoming a baby by IVF. But then imagine there was a mix-up and the child you've raised isn't biologically yours. Well, it happened to Donna and Vanner Johnson. Their family took a home DNA test just for fun, and they found out their 13-year-old son wasn't 100% theirs. Earlier, we spoke with Donna and Vanner. Take a look at this. Welcome to the show, both of you, and thank you for having the courage to speak about this so openly. I can only imagine so many of our viewers are going to be able to sympathize, empathize, and relate to a degree.
Thank you for having us.
It's our honor. So I want you guys to walk us through the DNA test that you took back in 2019, which was only a couple of years ago, so I can only imagine just how raw this is. What specifically did it reveal?
So I happened to get my results first, and when I opened it up, I had Tim's on mine because we had to have them on an adult account, and then Donna had our older boy on hers, and mine came back first and showed that I couldn't see any connection with me, and that really surprised me. And so I called Donna. We didn't tell our boys, and we waited for her results to come in, and they did.
And my results showed that I had two sons, but my sons were half brothers through me.
Wow.
So we knew there had to be a sperm mix-up.
Oh my goodness. All right, so Vanner, how did the results make you feel in that moment when you first looked at it?
When I first looked at it, I tried to just think, well, maybe it's a mistake. But when I saw that connection I saw my son that's connected to me and to Donna, and then saw that he had a brother that was a half brother, and then saw on my son Tim's account that said father unknown, and it was right at that moment it hit, and it hit harder than I expected, actually.
That's understandable. Like, Donna, you weren't sure about telling Tim the truth, and I think we can all understand all of the things that could have gone into that decision. What changed your mind?
Well, we did some counseling, and we realized you can't hide the truth. You can't keep secrets in a family. And it was already eating us up so much, we needed to tell our son what had happened.
So Vanner, tell me about the day that you actually told him, and how did you do it?
Yeah, so it was over a year after the test, and I wanted to do it as his dad. We've had a close relationship since he was born, and I wanted Donna to be okay with that. She was. So I took him for a ride to get ice cream, and we were in the car, and I'm driving and just said, hey, do you want to go get ice cream? And I look over and I just start talking to him, and I don't remember the conversation completely, but I remember that it was just very nonchalant. And I said to him, basically, so you know how you're IVF? And he acknowledged. I said, well, it turns out that there was something that happened in the lab when we went in to have the doctors help us have you, and something happened and we're not sure what it was, but it turns out I'm not your biological father. And he looks up and then he looks at me and says, really? And then it was a really sweet conversation. He told me, well, you're still my dad. And I said, yeah, I'll always be your dad. And that was so sweet.
Oh my goodness. Wow. You guys definitely are the example. Your son, Tim, told you that he wanted to find his biological dad. So how did you track down the truth?
We got really good at sleuthing because we'd looked for him before, but it took us a while to find him. But when we did find him, we did it by searching for an obituary that we found that happened to be Devin's father from about a year prior. And I noticed that they had 2 boys and 3 girls, all married. And so we just started looking. Social media, we started looking him up, found Devin and Kelly, and just realized there might be a connection there. And so I called him up.
Unbelievable. There's more to this story. So when we come back, Tim's biological dad, Devin, and his wife, Kelly, will join all of us for a conversation. So stay with us. We're back in 2 minutes.
On January 7th, Centers for Disease Control and Prevention Director Rochelle Walensky was interviewed by ABC's Good Morning America. Now, a quote from the discussion is being widely shared on social media, including a tweet from Donald Trump Jr. claiming 75% of COVID deaths were in people with at least 4 comorbidities. So let's verify. Was CDC Director Rochelle Walensky referring to all COVID-19 deaths when she said 75% of deaths were in people with 4 comorbidities? Walensky was quoted responding to a question about whether COVID-19 vaccines are effective enough for us to start rethinking how we live with the virus. Journalist Cecilia Vega cited a CDC study when framing her question, but that was left out of the original broadcast. Walensky answered by citing a study of more than 1 million vaccinated people.
A study of 1.2 million people who were vaccinated between December and October and demonstrated that severe disease occurred in about 0.015% of the people who were received their primary series, and death in 0.003% of those people. The overwhelming number of deaths, over 75%, occurred in people who had at least 4 comorbidities. So really, these are people who were unwell to begin with.
It showed only 1 in every 30,000 actually died, and of those, 75%, or 28 people, had at least 4 comorbidities. However, the broadcast cut off the first part of her answer, leaving the quote out of context. So it's false that CDC Director Rochelle Walensky was referring to all COVID-19 deaths when she said 75% of deaths were in people with 4 comorbidities. The interview was originally aired out of context, which led to misleading tweets. ABC has since released its entire interview with Walensky. With your Verify, I'm Brandon Lewis.
Welcome back to DBL. So we just told you about the IVF mix-up that happened to the Johnson family. Well, after 13 years of raising their son, Tim, they found out he had a different biological dad. Vanner and Donna Johnson join us live. Also joining the conversation is Devin and Kelly McNeil. Devin is Tim's biological dad. Okay, so hello, everyone. Thank you from Erica and I for joining us and just being so transparent. Devin, when Vanner called you with this information about Tim, what were you thinking?
Well, at first that was a phone call that I didn't want to believe was anything but fake. So part of me thought, well, this isn't real. But there was a little part of me that thought something happened, and I guess we need to figure it out.
Right. And Kelly, you know, what were your and Devin's emotions after finding out?
Well, we were shocked, and then we were disappointed in the clinic that something like this could happen. And we were scared because we did IVF 3 different times in 3 different clinics. And we thought, what if we get more of these phone calls?
Yikes.
So a lot of emotions.
Wow.
Well, both of your families had an opportunity to meet just last year, face to face in 2021. So, Devin, what questions did Tim have for you?
So he really wanted to know, your typical young teenage boy questions, finding out something that he just found out. What was I like as a kid? How tall was I? Did I have allergies? Did I have braces? What sports did I like? And so simple things. So it was a really good conversation, just to get to know each other.
Well, Devin, what kind of relationship are you hoping to have with Tim moving forward?
That's up to him. I mean, we've developed a really great relationship with the Johnsons this past 9 months, and where we go from here is really up to Tim, because he needs to process this, what's ever the most healthy for him, and I'm open to whatever is going to be right for both families.
Right. And, listen, I know that you guys are definitely still in it. You're still processing this. There's definitely trauma attached. But I just want to say, from an outsider looking in, the love that you all have for Tim, what an example. Like, for a child to have this many people love them, I think if there's any silver lining, that could be one of them. And I say that respectfully. Now, Vanner, what do you want people to know about fertility clinics? Is this a cautionary tale?
Yes, it is. And in fact, we would have anybody that is suspected or even did any fertility clinics to go out and get tested, but be ready for the results. This is surprising in today's industry that we've been doing this as a standard practice for 30 years, and this is still happening. Even within the last couple of years. Ours was a case that was 12 years ago, but it's still happening.
One thing that really sticks out is the idea of Tim being a young man, a young kid, and the way that he's been navigating these conversations. Is anyone surprised? I mean, are you guys surprised at how he's handled all of this?
It's beyond his years, for sure. But I can't say I'm surprised because I know Tim and we're really close. But
He's an amazing kid. Children are resilient. They are able to handle a lot, and we're grateful that he is such a wonderful kid.
Devin and Kelly, Vanner and Donna, thank you so much for sharing your story with us. We appreciate you. We'll be right back.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
Year's resolution, it's still probably too early to know if it's become an actual habit yet. For years, people have said that it takes 21 days to build a habit. But is that true? Let's verify. Our sources for this question: Jackie Greco, a licensed clinical mental health counselor with Sun Counseling and Wellness, and a study on habit forming done by Philippa Laley. The thought that it takes 21 days to build a habit goes back decades.
That is actually a myth that came from the 50s, when a plastic surgeon wrote a paper about when patients are getting used to looking at their new face after they've received plastic surgery, and how he noticed that it took an average of 21 days for an old mental image to dissolve and for a new image to take place, which then I think was misinterpreted and rolled with to become the idea of being, 21 days of completing a task. That means that you've built a new habit.
The study by Philippa Laley took 96 volunteers and investigated the process of forming a habit. The volunteers chose an eating, drinking, or activity behavior to carry out daily in the same context for 12 weeks. Each day, they recorded whether they carried out the behavior. 82 of the participants provided sufficient data for analysis.
What she found was that on average, it takes about 2 months or 66 days before a new behavior becomes automatic. For some people, it took as little as 18 days. For some people, it took as much as 254 days to form a new habit.
There is no one reason for why it takes some people longer and some people shorter to form a habit. Instead, Greco says there are a variety of reasons.
It really depends. It depends on the behavior itself that you're trying to change. It depends on the person, and it depends on the circumstances that are both in and out of people's control when they're trying to change.
The study found missing one opportunity to perform the behavior did not affect the habit formation process. Greco agrees.
When we are only focused on the goal of whether or not we completed that task, what we're not focusing on are building those conscious behaviors and processes to make sure that we're actually incorporating a new habit into our daily life.
So we can verify that no, it doesn't always take 21 days to form a habit. With your Verify, I'm Megan Bragg.
The annual deadline for Americans to file their taxes is typically on or around April 15th. However, for the past 2 years, the IRS has pushed the tax filing deadline past April because of the COVID-19 pandemic. Amid the current surge of Omicron, it's clear that COVID-19 is still impacting a lot of people. So let's verify. Is the IRS pushing the tax deadline again this year? We went to these sources for an answer. In a January 10th press release about the tax filing season, the IRS confirmed this year's deadline is April 18th, and there's no indication that that will change. That date was also confirmed by TurboTax and CPA Practice Manager, a resource magazine for accounting and tax professionals. According to the IRS, April 18th is also the deadline for individuals to request an extension. If the extension request is granted, their new deadline would be October 17th. With your Fast Fact, I'm Adiane Till.
Welcome back. If you're looking to change up your space this new year, don't want to make a mess, listen up. It's time for DBL Home Hacks presented by American Home Shield. So paint is messy, but peel and stick wallpaper isn't. It's a great way to spice up a space, and you can change it when you are over it. Next, artwork without any nail holes. You can actually buy peel and stick art prints. And lastly, hang beautiful curtains without leaving any marks from hooks or nails. Instead, use a tension rod. And remember, a home warranty plan from American Home Shield helps cover things homeowner insurance leaves out, like breakdowns of major components of home systems and appliances. You can rest easy knowing you're ready for whatever breakdowns inevitably strike. Visit ahs.com to find a plan that's right for you. Wallpaper. Jeffrey, you into wallpaper?
Not really. I'm more of a paint guy, but I think it's coming back. I think that wallpaper look's coming back.
I do too, and I know Sam's put on a lot of cool, like big. Would you do? I feel like you do a nice floral wallpaper.
Yes, I think my girl's more in them earth tones, so that's what our house. I want to see what Jeff's backsplash looks like.
Oh, I know.
That's just a nice backsplash.
What a fascinating combo. DBL's new everyday
kitchen talk.
We'll see you Monday, same time, same place.
I'm glad I could join you guys today. Thanks.
Bye.